Right, hello everybody. How are we all? So, today we are going to be streaming playing Planet Zoo. So, we've created a brand new franchise zoo which is based in Europe. I'm going to do kind of like a modern, like English style zoo, something that kind of I'm used to seeing, I guess, growing up in the UK, and do something along those lines, I think. So, thoughts for kind of how we want to do this, I guess. Like, I want to make sure that, I'm assuming because it's franchise mode, like, we've only got 40,000 to start with. So we need to be very kind of mindful of that just to kind of start us off with. So we've got to be thinking about that just at the start. And then we can have a bit of a play with how we want this kind of design to look like. I like to kind of map it out a little bit at the start, but I know I want to build a Przewalski horse's habitat, and then we can have like really cute like stables kind of thing to it. So we can have a look at that for sure. And then I'm wondering, how do we want to do the rest of it? Let's just map it out, I think. Yeah, I think let's just map it out to just get us started. So let's go over here. And I'm just going to keep it with the concrete for the moment. Let's go onto the grid and we can just like map something out. Because I think for the start of this area it'd be nice to maybe have, I don't know, like maybe we put some gardens in the front here. Like as you first walk in. Okay, so maybe we have like a little garden kind of area, and then maybe, yeah, maybe circular that out. We put loads of flowers and stuff around. Maybe we do a little kind of like fountain or something in the middle as you walk in. And then maybe over here is where we go into like the shopping kind of area. So I'm going to go to like there. And maybe this is where we put some of the kind of shops and whatnot. And I might just change the flooring just so we know that this is kind of shopping and it's going to be an indoor area. So just kind of like mapping it out at the moment. And then this is the kind of outdoor. There we go, so indoor, outdoor section. And then what I'm going to do is, I think let's put a little staff path. Let's go out of the group. And maybe let's pop in the gas facilities just to get us started. So we're going to have a little ATM there. Let's go with maybe like an information centre. Just pressing X. so we can get this kind of positioned right. Just trying to find the right kind of middle. Okay, let's try and center it. There we go, so that's going to be information center. Little counter. You know, I've not used any of these like little displays and stuff yet. Which like we can definitely use at some point, and maybe we kind of extend that out over here. Oh, interesting. So this can become its own little like gift shop. Okay, that's kind of fun. Alright, maybe if I remove the loony balloons and then add maybe we add it there, and that goes through into like a separate little like gift shop. Okay, I'm gonna add a bathrooms in as well. And then just for the moment, let's put in like a couple of little vending machines maybe over here. Oh, I don't know actually. I think maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. Maybe I'll add this later because I think otherwise I'm like running out of money very quickly. So let's just add a couple of vending machines in. And then I'm going to pop a staff path in because I want to put the like staff facilities kind of area around the back. Okay, so we're just going to run this all the way back here, and then we can add in a bunch of the like staff stuff. There we go. Just because the staff areas are kind of a necessity really, so we need to make sure we've got them. We've got our quarantine. The vets is in as well. Little staff area. And then I want to try and fit the workshop in as well. There we go, so we might have to go with the workshop being at the end there. Okay, so I don't think we need another power thing there, so that should be alright. I'm just going to pop us onto full screen. So hopefully you can see everything a bit better. So, right then. Okay, and then we need the bathrooms to go in as well. So this is going to be like a gift shop area, I think, over here. And this is going to be all indoors. And then I want to have like some pretty kind of like gardens and stuff over here. But what I might do is kind of just before you walk inside, have a little bathroom. And maybe we match it on the other side. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 5th square from this corner. There you go, just so we're matching it. I'm gonna grab the same concrete colour. Okay, and that connects up then. Now then, I think what could be fun over here is like a little reptile kind of centre, because that's also really good in franchise mode. And I think for kind of that, or maybe even like a bat cave or something like that, maybe. How should we do this? Maybe if I put tunneling on. I'm gonna delete that one. Actually, maybe we have to keep it there. And then I need to take this down. So we're gonna take the width out to 8, just so it matches up. I'm gonna go down to here. And I'm just gonna lower this area slightly, so we go into this like underground section. Not like massively underground, but just like enough for it to make a bit of an impression. Okay, then we're going to go on to terrain. Flatten to surface, and I'm just going to lower this area slightly just so we can fit in some of the exhibits and stuff. And I'm going to put this all on like a rock bed eventually, so we've got that as well. Right, so animal exhibits. So I definitely want to try and add this in somewhere. But I think we're going to have a bit of a play with this. So I want this to match up. There we go. Okay, so flying terrain's on. Lovely. And then I can grab a little pathway. That goes up and then turn tunneling off. Oh, it's so annoying when it doesn't let you connect it up. Okay, so I think we'll end up with something like that. And then I think we should like loop it around. So if I go and draw, basically square this off and then we can have some habitats in the middle here. So I'm going to make this like a little kind of platform area. There we go, and then that will eventually connect up. Nice, alright. I need some staff, so let's get some staff in here. Okay, I don't need the 2 vendors because we don't have any kind of vending requirements at the moment. Let's grab a keeper. A mechanic, and a vet. That should be enough for the time being. And then let's sync this up so you've actually got to pay to use the bathroom, which I know is terrible, but we need to make money. And also charge to use the ATM. Okay, right, so we're now going to get some bats for this area. Okay, so I want the bats, Egyptian fruit bats. Okay, so I'm just going to get a few of these. Let's get some of the younger ones. then we're gonna need another like staff area over here. So how should I do this? Maybe if we kind of go like that. Then I'm going to take this down a bit. There we go. So we've got some power. And I think we're going to probably want to get another exhibit animal set up and maybe some donation boxes. Because they're quite good way of making cash at the start of a franchisee. Let's just leave it at 1 for the moment. And then I'm just going to grab a donation bin. I like to customize the donation bin colours to kind of match the area. So this is kind of like this like rocky underground area and like going to be a little bit spooky. I might use some of the spooky like Halloween pack actually that we've got. I'm going to do like kind of greys and purples. And then let's maybe let's add another donation bin, maybe as you leave. Now then, what I'm gonna do is I want to add, I think, like the like Nile, what are they called? They're like the Nile monitors into this area, because what we could do is fill it with water so they've got like a swimming kind of area. So if I kind of bring this down a little bit. And then smooth it. Let's have a look at the requirements for them, because that might be quite a fun little thing to have. So if I look at aquatic, so we could go with like an alligator, but you can also put in these kind of animals. That's quite cool. So that's the dwarf caiman. Again, it's like reptiles. Or we've got the Nile monitors. I mean, this area is going to be busy. So maybe if we said like these guys are pretty confident around people. Okay, same with these. Okay, so we can have one male, one female. Or where's the Nile monitor gone? One male and 2 females. Okay, so maybe it's kind of hard to pick. There isn't really a difference between the two. I think these look cooler. So they're from South America. Okay, so let's try and find one male and one female. Okay, maybe I get 2 with conservation points. And then we can go over to Zoopedia and let's just check their requirements. So 182 meters squared and then 79 meters of water. And these guys, we could use maybe tropical and temperate kind of plants. So thought process is this side is going to have a load of exhibit animals. And then what we could use are some tropical rocks. And I want some cheap tropical rocks. So, what we could do is add the rocks in. Just turning angle snap off so we can try and get this a bit more flush to the wall. Now I know these stones are going a bit lower than this actual area, reason being is that we can make the water a bit deeper. Okay, so I'm just putting this on a flat surface. So it'll be something like that. And I'm just going to grab this and shimmy it on over to this side, where we can put this kind of underneath the habitat for our bats. Right, I'm just going to lower the terrain slightly just around the front here. feel like that isn't particularly low, but it's because this needs to probably go a bit higher. I'm going to just lower the ground slightly so they've got a bit more kind of swimming area. There we go. And then I'll pop in a barrier, so we just want something fairly cheap. So I think maybe like the wooden log barrier could work quite nicely for this. So I've got angle snap-ons, so we can just square this off. And then invisible barriers on. Turn angle snap off for that one. We can then pop a door in. Okay, so we now need to check if there is enough land and water. Yes, plenty. Perfect. So we can now connect up the pathway. I will probably eventually remove this fencing and do something else with it, but for now this kind of is enough for us to just get ready for our animals. You know, I'm not 100% happy with this. Just because the level is quite steep. Let's go on terrain again. I think we need to lower it, like down here maybe. Just so it doesn't feel as like severe. Just going to turn the intensity up on the smoothing tool. You know what I mean? It looks like a very steep kind of climb. Okay. So let's try and smooth this all out. And then we can go in with a little barrier. So I think if we use an invisible barrier, and then we could maybe put rocks around the circumference, because we've still got $4,000. So I think if we go like this, that feels like a much better sized habitat. And then we put rocks around it. There we go. And then we can run a little path . Now then, next step is going to be adding in the little stone kind of wall sections. Which I'm gonna just literally make like this little 4-piece, group it, and then we can just duplicate it around the habitat, and this then becomes our little fence. See what I mean? So that kind of starts to be built out. And then I'll probably put like a kind of wooden frame around the door. tidy that kind of around, and then let's use some of these bigger rocks. Just to fill in this section. There we go. And then I want some kind of like door frame to put around the entrance. Yeah, I don't love that. Let's have a look at what kind of wood pieces we've got. Because we need to research to be able to kind of unlock everything else. Can I change the colour of this wooden post? No. Then for the time being, we're just going to have to go with stone, and we can update it eventually. So habitat, we're going to pop in a little food area. I'm going to put a small food tray in, and then an underwater fish feeder as well. That's a bit too much. Because we've got water in this habitat, we're going to have to put a water like cleaning facility in, which is probably going to use up the rest of our money. And because these guys are tropical, they're going to need a warm water one eventually. We just don't have it quite yet. Ah, see, we could have added these ones as well. Right, I want something that kind of breeds fairly well so we can then sell the babies for a bit of extra cash. Trying to find kind of like beetles, and like frogs and that kind of thing that we could maybe use. Here we go. And let's grab one more. There we go, so we've got the little golden poison frogs. Okay, they want the humidity up a bit more. Let's press play and move in our animals. Okay, so we've just got over $2,000, so we're going to get the water regulator in as well. As these guys are tropical, so they're going to want warm water, and we are based in the temperate European climate. Now then, we are on franchise mode, so I'm having to be very mindful of how much money we're spending. What I'm also going to do is just check the salaries of all of the staff. Just to make every possible saving while keeping the staff relatively happy. And let's just make a little work zone as well, just for the front of the zoo. And we're just going to assign everybody to it for the time being. Okay, so our little animals are getting moved in now. And I'm just going to up the ticket prices. And change the opening hours. So let's go with 9 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Oh, they're just outside the power area. Okay, I might just need to move these for the time being and then move them back later. targets, so now it's just the low money option. So we've got all of the guests now working their way over to here, which will eventually become like a kind of undercover cave area. Here we go, and our animals are just starting to move in now. As I said, we've got loads of decorating and stuff to make this look cute. But as we're in franchise mode, we have to be a bit careful. Oh, interesting. Doesn't have enough space currently, so we'll have to sort that out. Right, before I do that, so if we reduce down some of the water, that should solve it without having to make the actual enclosure itself larger. So what I'm going to do... Oh no, we don't have any money. Okay, I'm just going to have to leave it for the moment until we've got some more cash. And then we can do some editing. And then we've got our bats as well in here. Right, let's get our vet researching some of these animals. And do some mechanical research as well. Right, I'm actually going to get the Twilight theme start to be looked at so we can then start building out this area, because I want to do this kind of cave area, so it's a bit spooky. Then animal research, let's research our dwarf caiman. Right, I'm going to speed along and see how we get on with that. Alright, how's our cash flow? So we should be making some money. So let's zoom along. Okay, right, pause it. It's terrain that's the main issue at the moment. For these guys, they want a bit more space. So I'm just gonna take the intensity down and the size of this brush down. And we're just gonna raise this section. And then smooth it all out. Right, is that now better for these guys? How does Eduardo feel about this? Okay, terrain still not quite enough, which is fine, we can sort that out. How do they feel about that? Yes, okay. I'm just going to make a slightly like rocky area over here. And then add in some more soil. Okay. They're happy with that now. Okay, so I'm going to add like a couple of little vending machines at the top here. And then we want some little benches and bins. And we've run out of money again. Okay, at least we're starting to get some donations and stuff though. Yeah, so we're still making money. So I'm just speeding along. Because I want to get to a point where we have kind of exhibits along here. Also, kind of, I guess, habitat-wise, it'd be fun to maybe have a habitat over here. Maybe we do like something, because it's going to be like a cave kind of area on this side. Maybe we do something fun with it and turn it into like kind of a undercover like cave on the other wall facing into the habitat, and you put bears or something like that in. Let's have a look at animals that are happy in temperate climate. I wish you could filter by kind of like confidence with humans, because that would help. Okay, so let's have a look. Black bear, how do they feel? Okay, so they're shy. Grizzly bear's neutral, so maybe a grizzly bear. Sloth bear is also neutral. Tasmanian devil is confident. Ah, say timber wolves. So we could do wolves. I think these guys need quite a bit of space from memory, yeah. So if we had, say, a pack of 6, that's 1,622 meters squared, which is going to be an expensive habitat to run, which we need to keep in mind. Yeah, so we've got cougars as well. Okay, I think I need to get a security guard. Say hello to our visiting player. Because I think it would be nice to have a habitat kind of as you walk in here. And I'm wondering if maybe it's a habitat that you have like a raised area. Because that could be kind of fun. If I go to maybe width of 6. Just thinking as well, staff path as well to kind of fit that in. Okay, I'm going to go to that height. There you go, so we have like a little viewing platform area. And then I want to have a little staff path maybe there. So if we went to like there and then I can draw in the barriers. Ah, welcome in, Soman Yoltz. Yeah, big brother. Just logged into Houseliffer. How are you? I am doing well, thank you. How are you doing? And yes, you are visiting as well in the Z. So we've just started a new franchise zoo. So just to give you a little bit of a tour, we're going to have this kind of like central area here with some nice little gardening and stuff. And then you walk over here, the darker pavement is going to be indoors, and this will be like a gift shop and stuff in there. And maybe we'll put a couple of outdoor kind of food vendors as well, so it's like a nice little like picnic area. Over here I'm thinking some kind of animal that likes caves, because over here is going to be like an undercover area, which is our reptile kind of house. So we've got some of the dwarf caiman, which look very nice in their little habitat here. So we've got Eduardo and Isabella. So we've just started building that habitat, so it's kind of functional. And then we'll have exhibit animals along the side, and then you go into a bat cave and out up to this area that wraps back round. And then because this is going to be like a kind of big cave area over the top, I'm thinking we do a cave on this side where you could maybe have like wolves in. I just need to measure the habitat size to make sure we've got enough space. Because the wolves do need a lot of space. So looking at habitat animals. And they need to be confident with people as well, because it's right at the very front of the zoo. Ah, thank you, Simon. It's interesting seeing how you plan your zoo. Yeah, it kind of like I try to have a bit of a base plan when I first start, but it eventually just like morphs into whatever it ends up being, to be honest, by the end. Alright, what shall we add as soon as you walk in? And something that is confident with people. So you've got like hyenas. Yeah, see, the wolves are a good one, I think. Have a look. Yeah, so size-wise, Twilight themed for the Climbing's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah, so I'm just researching the Twilight theme at the moment. Okay, so I'm just measuring out how big this habitat could be. I'm just keeping it playing in the background. And then we can go under here. So we can then have the staff entrance will be somewhere over here. We will tweak this around a little bit. But it's just giving us an idea of how big the habitat could be. And yeah, then we can add in, so I'm researching the Twilight theme at the moment for the Dwarf Climbing habitat. So we have this kind of like spooky kind of cave area. Okay, so it's going to be something like that. Let's grab a habitat gate. go. So I'll adjust these fences eventually, but I just wanted to have an idea. Yeah, so that's 1,376. And that won't be enough for a wolf pack. Oh my goodness, love it so man. It's the first baby for the Kaiman, which are going to be the kind of Twilight themed pack, which is kind of like a spooky Halloween pack. Cool Renesmee, like out of the Twilight films. Love it. Very good idea. Yeah, so we could only fit like 3 wolves in here, so maybe we go back to using maybe the bear. There we go, so grizzly bear. So there's grizzly bear or Himalayan bear. I think they're both, yeah, they're fairly neutral when it comes to people. So I feel like a grizzly bear could be quite good. Let's have a look at the market. Yes, they're quite expensive. So grizzly bear or, whoops, or the Himalayan bear. Let's have a look. What's got a higher appeal? Himalayan or grizzly? Okay, probably a grizzly bear. But we definitely need more money. Okay, so in the meantime, what I'm going to do is actually make this area a bit smaller to put in some kind of better fencing, I think. There we go, so that's like a nice straight line across. And then we can put some like food and drinks places in. And then I'm gonna move, I think this actually in. Because what I'd like to have is maybe like some trees and stuff just to give it a bit of space when you're walking up to where the bear habitat is. There we go. So I'm just kind of moving some of this fencing now around. And then it becomes, let's check how big the area is. Yeah, so it's still plenty of space. And I'm just going to check Zoopedia again for, yeah, so 2 meters and climb proof. So we're going to need some new barriers for sure, which we can research. So let's have a look at mechanical research. We're still on, yeah, the first task. So once we've done that, we'll start researching some of the other barriers. In the meantime, let's draw out, I think, the next habitat, which will be over on this side and kind of wrap around here, I think. So I'm going to just try and get this as straight as possible. Let's go back. Okay, so have that link up. And then we can pop in a door. Again, so they're like 2 pretty big habitats. Which, to be honest, we might actually be able to split this out further if we're clever with the door placement. So if we move this, there we go, to there, and then go like this. There we go, so we could do like a long fin habitat around here. And we put, I don't know, something in. we go. And then terrain-wise for this one, I think I want it to be a little bit bumpier. Maybe like around this area. Just to give it a bit more kind of interest. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna roughen the terrain again over on this side. And then where the cave's gonna be, I'm just gonna lower the terrain slightly. And this becomes like their area that they're gonna be sat in. There we go, so we can add in. There we go, so we can then add the bedding there. There we go, so we're just smoothing this all out, and this will be the area that our grizzly bears will like walk down to eventually. Right then, we do need some more bins. Pretty desperately, actually. So let's add them in. And a little bench as well. Right then, let's put in some educational stuff, I think. Because I want to get some more people to come over to this area. So I think if we maybe put in like a little speaker area, and then we get an educator in, we'll be able to do some little talks. Right, I want to make the habitat a little bit nicer for our dwarf caiman, so let's have a look. Yeah, there isn't like masses that we can add in, but let's get a little bit more enrichment in there for them. Okay, so let's get some plants and whatnot in. So we're going to go with temperate and tropical from South and Central America. And I love adding in lily pads, so that is a must. So I want to try and add these up to the point that they are just floating. Okay, so they're all in the water there. So just adding a few kind of low-lying plants. Okay, I'm going to take this tree because I want to use it over in this corner. Right, the giant rhubarb plant is giant. Okay, I'm gonna add some of these pretty little flowers. And then let's move this down here. I'm just trying to add a few things with like a little bit of colour. Like this has got kind of a nice yellow to it. And then we've got a couple of these little orchid plants as well. Right, I'm just going to spin this round. Okay, I'm just adding a few of the little tomato plants. I think that should be enough. Okay, let's just press H and let's see where they can walk to. It's so ridiculously close. Like, it's at 99 and we need to get it to, like, it's at 199 and we need to get it to 22, so it's ridiculously close. Maybe if we smooth out this area. Right, I'm just gonna like smooth everything out as much as possible and see if that works. It's so infuriating that it is that close. Right, I'm gonna try and move, I think, the barriers back just a tiny bit. And then let's just pop that there. Right, how do they feel about that? Yes. Let's get some more soil in. Perfect. Okay, right, they are about to have their little baby. Okay, so Isabella is about to have their little baby, which, if it's a girl, we'll call Renesmee, as it's going to be a Twilight pack theme. So obviously it's going to be a Twilight film theme, as Zoman Yoltz recommended in the chat. So let's watch her have the little baby. So it was a little boy, so let's name it in the chat. Let me know any name recommendations. Realise I have not saved in a while, so let's do that. Wait a minute, that looks like there's 2. There's 3. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have 2 boys. 1 girl. Okay, right. So let's call her. So let's have a look in the chat. So Renesmee. Let me know in the chat if we've got any names for the boys. Okay, perfect. So next one I'm going to start researching is barriers, because we definitely need some more barriers just from a practical point of view. So we're going to have our Himalayan bears on one side, or grizzly bears on one side. And then, what should we put on here? So this is 10,080. I'm thinking something maybe European or Asian, just to match in with maybe the bears next door. Or maybe North American as well. Okay, let's do that. And let's go with temperate, just so we don't have to worry about changing with kind of coolers or heaters or anything like that. Now then, again, it's going to be a fairly busy area. It's like we could go with maybe cougars. So I say busy, but it won't be as much because we'll have animals at the front of this habitat with the main walkway. Which would be enough for 2. Or maybe even the Amur leopard. It's a bit different, isn't it? And they're a bit more neutral, so they're not going to feel as kind of shy. The main thing is we need to get some better fencing for sure. What other animals could we add in? So we've got this habitat, which I need to add a door. There we go. Oh, okay, so we've got some names for our other Hyman. Thank you, Salmon Yotes. Let's name them. So, Elsa and Garrett for the boys. Perfect, thank you. Okay, so we have quite a few of the frogs. So I'm going to sell, I think, a few of them. Everything seems to have broken all at the same time. I think we're going to need a couple more staff members. I haven't used the management on the habitats. I don't think I have. I think I set it up right at the very start, but then I've obviously added to it since then. So, good shout. Let me do that. I think we're going to need to get another keeper as well, because our main keeper is pretty tired. Okay, so this habitat here is 300 meters squared, so it is pretty small. And we're going to need to add in some animals for that, and I will add in these habitats once they've got animals into our work zone as well. Just trying to think what we could add in to this area. Because, like, that's not masses of space. I need something small. So that's like 200 meters squared. Okay, what about like the little wombats? Because they're pretty cute, the little wombats. So maybe we get little wombats for this little habitat here. So any other animals they like to share with? Exhibits, I mean not habitats. Ah, okay, yeah. Let me add them in, or check that they're added in anyway. Okay, I think... Ah yes, the bats haven't been added in, that was why. Perfect, alright. Thank you so much. Let's have a look. I mean, these are adorable, and I don't think I've actually built a habitat for these guys before. So this could be a good shout, thank you so much. So how many can we have in here? Whoa, up to 24. Okay, perfect. Let's grab a few of these little guys. I mean, we're not going to have much money, so let's maybe build the habitat first before buying them, because I think we're otherwise going to risk running out of cash. Grade 1. It can be a small fence. So I'm just going to keep it as is for now, and then we can do all the decorating everything later. And then we want a little water trough as well, don't we? There we go. Let's get a donation bin over here as well. And maybe like a little educational... Oh, we could probably do that later. my exhibit animals on auto sale? I don't think they are. Let me do that as well. Right, I like to change the colour of the donation bin just to match the area. I'm going to do like a little orangey kind of yellow, because I think these guys are kind of like a bit more kind of warmer, deserty kind of base. I'm just going to pop a couple of little habitat signs and stuff, and we can change this eventually once we've got a bit more money to decorate. Right then, how do I auto sale my habitat animals? Is it over here? Management. Manage population. Last tab. Thank you, Soman. Max population. I'm going to do sell for cash. Let's go with 4 each. Alright, let's get another animal in then. Right, I'm going to put them into quarantine. I might up the ticket price slightly. Right. And then let's zoom along until our animal is ready to come out of quarantine. So sorting out the management by age is good, they don't inbreed, and the cash ticks up nicely. Okay, right, we will do that. Let's do the same for the bats as well. Yeah, age highest first. crazy, but I swear I put an animal in quarantine and now I can't find it. There they are. Yeah, they are in quarantine. Oh, guessing car tickets are overpriced. Whoops. Let's take it down to 6 and 4 then. Ooh, okay, so these guys must be really popular then. So, is it pronounced the Kuka? Kuka? I don't know how you pronounce that. They are really cute. Okay, so they like it to be lots of soil. Okay, we've also run out of cash as well. Oh my goodness, they squawk. That's cool. Let's see, this one is desert, continent, Oceania. Okay, I don't have any cash at this point, so can't do masses. Okay, people are starting to come over now. I'm trying to avoid, for as long as possible, getting a loan out. We might have to fold soon, but let's see. Okay, at least we've got people kind of coming over to see them, so that's good. Haven't had any donations just yet. We're so close to making a profit. Zoom through the rain. Okay, so we've now got 1,200. Let's see if we can get a female. just putting some of these along here. Oh, actually there, I'm probably gonna end up putting something along this back wall anyway, so I might just do that. So I don't have a gift shop to be able to up the price of umbrellas yet. Otherwise, yeah, good idea to add that in. Or lower the price in food and drink. Let's have a look. Okay, I mean, we're making a little bit of profit now. I'm mindful as well that we're going to need to probably add a staff path around here to be able to get the power in. So let's maybe add it. There we go. And then let's get a power facility in. Is that a donation box at the end? Getting anything? Let's have a look. It's got 80. Let's move it, shall we? Then utilities. There we go, just because we needed a bit more power. And let's save again, because I am terrible at remembering to save. Alright, and I'm just going to check, do these little guys only need one male? Yes. Right, let's zoom along and try and get a bit more cash. Okay, so then we've got 3 in there, so I'm hoping they'll all start to breed and have little babies. Should we move this donation box so it's a bit closer to the educational stuff? Okay, so these little guys want like a bit more coverage. And how's our research going? Okay. Right, let's add everything to the work zone as well. Kind of tempted to put another like desert or like Oceania based animal next to these guys. Let's have a look at Zoopedia. Something that needs like a decent amount of space. Let me know in the chat if you've got any ideas as well. Ah, so we could put a rhino in, which would be amazing. Grade 4, 2 meters. I mean, they're all super duper expensive. But I mean, that could be pretty cool. Or even on the other side, maybe we do put the rhinos as soon as you walk in. And instead of bears, we have rhinos. I just feel like a predator species right next to the little like quokka, like wallaby things. They're gonna just be, just seems a bit weird to have them so close. Wallaby, you can walk through. Okay, let's have a look. Let's go with continent, Oceania. Have wallabies. I've got red kangaroo, which guess can walk through. Maybe we go with the red kangaroo. So 1 male, 9 female. First of all, let's try and find the male, because that seems to be a bit more difficult to make sure they'll be able to breed. So the moment they don't have any. And these guys can live with koalas as well. I like the idea of maybe doing a walkthrough because you get better donations as well, don't you? So if we possibly smoothen out this a little bit. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Go on to barriers. Okay, interesting that you can't move this back. And then let's go with a pathway. So I'm going to do kind of like a wiggly path that runs on through. Oh, okay, we're probably going to need some heaters now. There we go. And we need to warm these up. Ah, so the wallabies are the redneck wallabies. Okay, let's have a look in a moment. Okay, so that is not working at the moment. Ah, okay, so it doesn't look like I've got wallabies. Unless it's on all continents. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But we do have kangaroos, so let's put kangaroos in instead. So let's get a couple of the kangaroos in. And let's look for koalas as well. Okay, let's have a look at koalas as well. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I don't know why that is just kind of like disappearing underneath. Okay, let's sort out the terrain and everything that these guys like. And then let's put some long grass under here. And there as well. Oh, the wallabies are the redneck. Oh no, so these are, so what I've got at the moment are red kangaroos. I don't have redneck wallabies. So habitat wise, let's add in grassland as well as the other biome. Let's add in a couple more palm trees. You don't have the grassland pack. I must not, because yeah, I don't seem to have the redneck wallabies, which to be fair, I've not played in a while, so I've kind of lost track of which ones I've got. Oh, Soulman, that's so sweet of you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. Oh, thank you. Just trying to work out which trees and stuff to add in. Well, I will have to add in some wallabies into our next zoo, or even into this zoo actually. I could always do a switch around, couldn't I? So just adding a bit more coverage into this area. Okay, so what other ones have we got? Ah, yeah, thank you, Salmon. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I'm trying to think which other like trees and stuff to add in. Maybe I will add one of these. These are quite pretty, aren't they? I think that will do, you know. Okay, so it's starting to come together. I mean, I need to do a bunch of decorating, but at the moment it's just about getting things to kind of just work, really. so we've got a bunch of kangaroos and we've got a koala in there as well now. I feel like we can probably up the price of the tickets now. Right, I'm gonna just train up the teams. Let's go with that. We've got some visiting players as well, so let's say hello. Okay, I'm just going to add a couple more bins in. Maybe a bench as well. This is just so it's like operational, and we will change this eventually so it looks a lot better. Okay, I'm just going to update the work zones again. Ooh, Salmon, so just looking at some of the animals that are in the grassland pack, some good ones. Ooh, go on, which ones have you been your standouts for the grassland pack? Okay, we know this is going to be a bear habitat, didn't we? We said it would be a grizzly bear habitat as soon as you walk in, which would be fun. So I might just prepare it so it's ready. Oh, so they've also got butterflies, armadillos. I don't know what that one is. The caracal. I'll have to have a look at that afterwards. Plus a few others. Very nice. I was actually watching a video from The Lady Singer. If you've ever seen her videos on Planet Z, she's an amazing creator. She does incredible builds. And she did a video recently around like the 50 most popular animals and the 50 least popular, and butterflies were on the list for the on the least popular, which I was really surprised at because I was like, butterflies you would think everyone would use, but I think maybe because it's the expansion packs, maybe just not as many people have them. So the caracal is a cat. Oh, interesting. Okay. Right, I'm just popping in a few like shops and stuff over here. I think we should probably get another zookeeper, you know. And we should probably get another cleaner as well, caretaker. So okay, I think the managed population is going to need to come down a bit. Oh, there we go. So they're all going over for feeding now. So the great thing with the butterflies is you can create walk-through exhibits, remove all the walls, and add plants so it looks like it's just a garden you walk through. Oh, that's so cute. Never even thought about that. Yeah, that's a great idea. So we can check maximum in Zoopedia and half it for the gender. Yeah, can do that. Oh, our koala escaped. And I don't have any money. Right, we're going to need to sell some of these, I think. we can capture our koala that probably has escaped because this is a climbable fence and I didn't even think about that. Not the prettiest, but it will do for the moment. You can turn off the climbable on the truss now as well. Yes, I forgot about that. Well, we're just going to add that for the moment and we will be changing things around eventually. Okay, I think that is a good place to pause for the evening as we've been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Have not played in a while as well, so definitely been good to get back into building. So we've kind of got a bit of a plan at the moment for the habitats, which is great. So we can kind of go into that next time and hopefully be making enough cash. I've not taken out any loans as well in the franchise mode, so hopefully we will start earning a good amount of money soon and then we can start decorating this with our kind of reptile like bat cave area, do a grizzly bear habitat with a little cave for them to be sleeping in, and then we've got our kangaroo and koala habitat, and then also I need to know how you pronounce this. Is it the quokka? The ones that squawk. They look ever so cute. These little guys. And then we've got plenty of space for more habitats after that. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed today's stream. Thank you again, Soman, for very generously getting me one of the Planet Zoo packs, so we'll be able to build a wallaby habitat next time. But yeah, thanks all, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you again next time. If you're not already, make sure to hit that follow so you know when I'm live again. Alright, bye everyone.